Hey everybody, how are you? Okay, so we talked a little bit about this, it's last night or the night before, about the notebook. A few other things that have come out. I just want to go over them, put them in their own videos since we've covered this case extensively. I think it should be in its own video and not in a multi-hour live. So I'm going to go over that. I'm also going to tell you that I'm watching that trial on Court TV, the Chandler, the 23-year-old that murdered his parents, and so yeah. So I'm listening to testimony in that now, but wanted to get this. Hi, Katrina. Let me say hi to everybody here. Make sure that everybody can hear. Hi, Elizabeth T, La Bamba, Mary Beth, Audrey W, Captain Lee Fan, Muka 77, Leslie Romani, MD, good to see ya. Haven't seen you in a while. Whisper to Me, Earthbound Spirit, Jackie Burns Creations, Diana, Muka, Barbara Alston. Okay, so here's what's happening in the case, okay? According to Stephen Bertolino, the lawyer for the Laundries are trying to get back Brian's notebook that was found near his remains. Okay, we saw that when it was brought out. We heard that the FBI had it. They were trying to dry it out, that there may be some information in there. Well, they are trying to get this notebook. They are also trying to get about $20,000 that allegedly Brian had in his account. Now here's what I wonder. If Brian had almost $20,000 in his account, why then was he charged with using Gabby's card at an ATM to withdraw money from her account? Riddle me that. Okay, why? And in the meantime, Nicole is trying to, Gabby's mother, is trying to get Gabby's belongings, okay, most of which are in the Petito house in Northport, Florida. Okay, she still hasn't been able to get her daughter's belongings out of their house. So she's fighting to get that done. The other thing is, their house is not for sale. Okay, people have said, oh, they put the house up for sale by owner, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not for sale. It's not for sale. And the neighbors have confirmed that to Brian Enton. Not for sale, and that they're just kind of ignoring them. So they are living in the house, and they are trying to get this notebook back. Nicole is still trying to get Gabby's belongings back. And do we know what could be in that notebook? No. Now, the other things, I wake up, is that we still don't have any closure in the case where the FBI has come forward and said, DNA is connecting Brian to Gabby's murder, whatever. We don't have anything like that. We don't know that, oh yes, they're looking for someone else or whatever. So we have no closure of that. But the investigation is still open. It's still being worked, etc. You don't understand? Yeah. So, but this $20,000, I am questioning. Where was this, and why then, if he had an account with $20,000, what is it, because he couldn't find his bank? But you can go, you pay what, a $3 fee or something if you have to use your debit card to withdraw cash, right, from another type of an ATM. And if he had $20,000, I don't think he'd worry about $3. But what's up with that? What is up with that? Very strange. How in the world can these people keep... Yeah, I don't understand it, Bergstrong. Let me just go to... Hold on, see. Get the exact statement here from... So, we have... Brian Laundrie's parents are trying to take possession of his notebook. that's in FBI custody. Their attorney, Stephen Bertolino, told Brian Enton this as part of a formal proceeding to administer Brian's estate, because he died without a will. Okay, and again, Gabby's mom is trying to get her belongings, her daughter's belongings. Okay, so let's try to see if there was anything else. And again, their house is not for sale. That's a rumor that's been floating around. And then here's the next part of what Bertolino said. Hold on, it said, Nicole Schmidt filed to obtain Gabby's belongings that are in the Laundrie home or in police custody. Rick Stafford and I are trying to work this out cordially. This Rick Stafford is the attorney for the Petitos, and this is Stephen Bertolino releasing this. Okay? Hold on for 1 second, because there is... I just want to see, never thought there was one other thing here. And Brian said that he's been thinking about them, the family, and texted with Gabby's dad, and they're doing a lot of good work through the foundation. One other thing. So yeah, there was a little News Nation clip on, if you go to News Nation now, about just what we covered. About, they didn't say what was in the notebook or anything, just, that the parents are trying to get it, according to Stephen Bertolino. So let me go here and get back to the live chat. Again, I am watching that trial. I'm watching it on Court TV, but I think it's probably on Law and Crime Network too, but I'm watching it on Court TV. Can they sue the family in civil suit for some sort of painting? Well, Sandy, I don't know. You mean a wrongful death case? Yeah, I hope that they can, but I think that they need more information to be released from the FBI. I wonder if his account is frozen because they should be able to access his account with the death certificate. Yes, exactly, Ellen. The bank would release that to his parents. That is correct. That is correct. So yes, maybe because of the charges and what he's charged with using her debit card, they have frozen his assets. Correct, Ellen. That's very good. Yeah. I find it hard to believe that a 23-year-old previously working at a minimum wage job would have almost $20,000. Yeah, and I was going to go over Harmony Montgomery. I was going to pull that up too, because there's an update on that. Again, I'll cover more about the trial tonight. It's very interesting though as I'm listening to it, because they had some audio from his interview, and he is completely without effect. He's flat. He's just speaking matter-of-factly, but he's reporting his parents missing, but he's not at all worried. And he's not shaking. He's not, stammering or stuttering like most of us are, like in an emergency, right? We can't even think straight. Oh my gosh, I can't think straight. Got a million things going. He's cool as a cucumber, sitting there going, oh, I think they went up to the cabin, and this was in July, and they believe the murder happened on July 1st. And you know what else? They believe that he was an Eagle Scout too. Okay, there's 2 sons. This one was an Eagle Scout, and again, 23 years old, did this, and then he removed the heads and burned them in the fireplace. They said it was absolutely gruesome. But you know what? There's not a lot of physical evidence connecting him, okay, what you meaning his DNA and stuff, but it seems that, you know, he was the one. They always use the analogy that if you're inside, you know, a room with no windows or doors, you know, for 12 hours, and you came in and the sun was shining, and you leave and there's snow on the ground, you have to assume that it snowed the 12 hours, sometime during the 12 hours you were in the room. Well, that's what this type of evidence is like. And even though you didn't see it snow and you don't have any eyewitnesses that told you it snowed, it's fairly certain, you know, you would make that determination that it snowed while you were in that room, even though you didn't see it with your own eyes, right? So, yeah, JD, it's pretty gruesome. Yeah. And, pretty gruesome. Yeah, and they had the mother's friends up there testifying, and it's still going on now, so I'm going to get back to that. But is anybody else here watching it? And if you're watching it, hi, Lisa, if you're watching that trial, where are you watching it? Are you watching it on Court TV, or are you watching it on Law and Crime? Yeah, it's pretty extreme. Yes, it is. Hello, Nana Patty. Hi, Tracy Kloss, Leslie Romani. That was Carol Boyce. Hello there. Barb Olson. JD Wake Up. Bergstrom. Video Reel. If it's Gabby's notebook, I feel the family has no... Well, no, video, apparently it is Brian's notebook, you know, so... But you know what? It's very, very crazy that they think they can get that notebook back now, because evidence like that in an open, and it is still an open investigation, because Gabby is a homicide victim. So nothing has ever been wrapped up with that. That notebook is evidence in that case, and they don't ever release evidence like that, even in like smaller homicides and stuff. They have sometimes the people's cell phones and stuff tied up in there for years, and parents can't get cell phones back and all that stuff. So to think, what, a mere months later, was October, November, December, 3 months after that, they're going to get the notebook. I'm sure they could ask what's in it, but to physically get the notebook, I don't know. They seem a little bit entitled to me. But the other thing is the $20,000. And as Ellen brought up, if it wasn't frozen and a death certificate was presented and the bank account was in his name alone, yes, usually that lump sum of money would be released to the parents or guardians, and he's an adult, but still it would be released to his next of kin, which would be his parents, because he wasn't married. And being that wasn't released, so that either had Gabby's name on it also, and perhaps they're trying to say, no, that was all Brian's money, whatever, or it's been frozen because of the charges that he was using her debit card to take money out of an ATM. But if it indeed was his money, why wouldn't he have used his debit card to remove the money? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of unanswered questions still here, and they'll probably be releasing a little bit at a time. Wouldn't you just like to know what's in it? Oh yeah, of course. Hi, CJ. Hi, Tracy Claus, Linda Gell, but to say Irene F. But let me look at, you wanted to Harmony, because I, hold on, let me pull this up here. We can go over some of the, how's this going? Okay, so the little girl that wasn't reported missing, and then I'm so afraid that so much of this is going to happen because of the pandemic. An arrest affidavit sheds light on the disturbing home life of 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery. She's a 7-year-old girl in New Hampshire who's been missing for 2 years. Police arrested Adam Montgomery, age 31, on charges of felony second-degree assault, interference with custody, and 2 charges of endangering the welfare of a child relating to his 7-year-old daughter, Harmony. Harmony hasn't been seen since 2019, but she was only reported missing late in 2021. Although an arrest has been made, the search for Harmony continues. Court documents were released today, and they indicate that police received a call from Harmony's biological mother, Crystal Sorey, on November 18, 2021. She claimed her daughter was missing. Sorey told police that Harmony's father had physical custody of the girl and she couldn't get in touch with him. She added that she lost custody of Harmony in 2018 due to drug issues. New Hampshire police reached out to the New Hampshire Department of Children's Services to locate to locate the father, but by December 27th, the agency couldn't find him. Police began searching for Harmony for her father when they learned that Harmony had not been physically seen since October or November of 2019. While they were searching for Adam Montgomery, the father, police spoke to his brother, Michael, who explained that Adam abused Harmony and gave her a black eye. Police then reached out to Adam's cousin, the father's cousin, Kevin, who witnessed that incident. And according to Kevin, the cousin, Adam, the father, told him, "I bashed her around the house." Kevin told investigators that Adam Montgomery was upset at little Harmony because her infant brother started crying, and he told her to keep an eye on him. In anger, Adam Montgomery allegedly spanked Harmony, made her scrub a toilet with a toothbrush, and forced her to stand in the corner for hours. I don't think this is going to have a good ending for this poor child. The adoptive father of Harmony's younger brother explained that Harmony had protected the boy when they ended up in foster care. The children were reportedly shuffled around in several different homes before social services gave Harmony back to her father. On December 31st, police located Adam Montgomery sleeping in a car in New Hampshire with his current girlfriend. And the girlfriend told police that Adam never once talked to her about his daughter Harmony. When investigators interviewed Adam's estranged wife, she said that she hasn't spoken to him since November 2021 and hadn't seen Harmony since late 2019. Adam reportedly told police that Harmony's mother came to pick her up in Manchester, New Hampshire around Thanksgiving 2019, and then he hasn't seen his daughter since. He did not exhibit much emotion or reaction, according to the affidavit. Meanwhile, the search for Harmony continues. The circumstances surrounding this prolonged absence are very concerning and are being thoroughly investigated. Detectives are now working with the DCYF, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the FBI. And I quote, "At this time, I have dedicated all available resources and personnel to locating Harmony. I encourage anyone to contact the Manchester Police Department with any relevant information which will help us in locating Harmony." And that comes from Police Chief Alan Aldenberg. For us to have a 2-year delay, this is extremely concerning. That's not something that happens to us on a regular basis. One of the last known sightings was October 2019 at a home off of Guilford Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. And after a family argument broke out, The little girl's uncle, Kevin Montgomery, said Adam Montgomery then left with Harmony and broke off all contact with several family members. Kevin said that little Harmony looked like a scared puppy the last time he saw her. Apparently, law enforcement and social services did not follow up after the fact. Epic failure on every level, starting with law enforcement that went to the house, private investigator Crispin Special Investigations, Robert Crispin said. They have some serious explaining to do. On Sunday, police searched a home in Manchester on Guildford Street where Harmony once lived with her father. They spent several hours searching inside and dug a hole in the backyard. Some of the neighbors reportedly said they previously made complaints to city officials about the subpar living conditions of the home, but nothing was ever done about it. And others remember Harmony as a nice, quiet child who never caused any problems. Harmony is described as 4 feet tall, weighing 50 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. She is blind in her right eye and should be wearing glasses. The most recent photographs available were taken when she was 5 years old. A $43,000 reward for information on Harmony's whereabouts is being offered, and anyone with information is asked to contact the tip line at 603-203-6060. Okay, it's a sad story, and I think we all know it's not going to end too well. Poor little girl. Wish that people could have only done and helped her before it was too late. It's so sad. Prayers. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so, and then there's an update, let's see, in the Murdaugh case. South Carolina Law Enforcement Division SLED has responded to a report alleging evidence ties Alex Murdaugh to the murders of his wife and son. I quote, SLED will not comment on the potential existence of any evidence in this or any active ongoing investigation. And SLED said that in a statement shared on Twitter through Fitz News. So I think a lot of us have probably thought that Alex Murdaugh was somehow tied to the murder of his wife and his son facing that boating incident that killed Mallory Beach, age 19, when he was heavily intoxicated. And Alex's wife, remember, was looking into what he was doing, scamming with all this financial fraud he was doing. And she was looking into that, and he knew that. And it would look to anyone knowing all the stuff that's happened and all the things he's arranged, even for his own, fake murder that didn't happen. He was grazed with a bullet when he was changing that tire, and then the housekeeper's death and everything that's happened, that how could he not be connected in this? But yeah, so it's looking like, he is. The murder for hire plot, to leave his only surviving son, Buster, with a $10 million life insurance settlement. And then remember the housekeeper that died and the settlement that was supposed to be to the boys, and then they had to fight for it. So it's just a tangled web of craziness. And then we have Munchausen's by proxy. Much like the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case and other cases. Colorado mother admitted that she faked her 7-year-old daughter Olivia Gant's terminal illness, causing multiple unnecessary surgeries and medications that led to her death. On Monday, Kelly R. Turner, age 43, pled guilty to negligent child abuse that caused her daughter's 2017 death, along with felony theft and charitable fraud. The mother put her head in her hands and wept when Douglas County District Court Judge Patricia Heron asked her how she wanted to plead. Guilty, she said through her sobs. She previously claimed that Olivia was diagnosed with neurogastrointestinal encephalomyopathy. According to the National Institutes of Health, the disease attacks body parts, particularly those of the nervous system and digestive system. Hold on, I've got to let the dog in for a second. Hang on. Let's come in. She. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Come on, let's go, guys. Get in. Let's go. Everybody get in. 1, 2, let's go. Come on, Sass. 3, good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Turner also said that Olivia was autistic, that she had seizures, a tumor, a misshapen head, a brain malformation, and developmental delays, all according to the arrest affidavit. After reaching the attention of the national media, Olivia rode in a police car, she fed sharks, she got to play a fireman while shooting water at a fire. The little girl gained media attention as she checked off her bucket list while battling a supposed terminal illness. Prosecutors, however, said that behind the scenes, Turner was lying and devising an ominous plan to kill Olivia. This is, like that salt poisoning of that person in my area that killed her little son with that. It was horrible. The plan began in 2011 when Turner started blogging about Olivia's medical conditions on her personal blog. Turner wrote that Olivia had a brain malformation that caused seizures. As the months and years passed, Turner expanded her writing to social media. Each time she wrote that Olivia's conditions had worsened. In 2015, Turner created a GoFundMe account, which raised over $22,000. Hold on, go to sneeze. She said the money would be used financially, spiritually, and emotionally for her family. In 2017, the Make-A-Wish Foundation and a dialysis company, DaVita Inc., helped Olivia battle Disney villains after dressing her up as a bat princess as part of the little girl's bucket list. Turner defrauded Medicaid of over $500,000, claiming that her oldest daughter had cancer. She also defrauded Make-A-Wish Foundation for over $11,000 after making false claims about Olivia's illness. Another picture of Olivia. So sad that, parents do this stuff. On August 20th, 2017, Olivia passed away, supposedly from intestinal issues, but authorities said back then that her mother was responsible for the little girl's death. Olivia was never ill. She was never sick, police said, and she died because her own mother withdrew food and medical care from her after sending her to hospice care with strict orders to not resuscitate. How awful. Turner landed on the radar of detectives after several doctors at the Children's Hospital in Colorado reported that they didn't think that Olivia had the illnesses that her mother kept insisting on. In 2017, Olivia was admitted to the hospital because she was nutrient deficient. Her sole source of nutrition came from a feeding tube. Doctors told Turner that her little girl could not survive on IV nutrition. Turner was given the option of taking Olivia home or to hospice care, the indictment read. Turner then withdrew all medical assistance and nutrition from her daughter. One of Olivia's doctors, Dr. Robert Kramer, told detectives he was stunned to learn that Turner withdrew nutrition and medical assistance from the little girl since Olivia was not a terminal patient. It's horrible. Just to live her life thinking she's dying and then is killed by her mother. Hang on for 1 minute. I just had to blow my nose because it's... 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I had to go to the other room for tissues. Where were we? Dr. Kramer said that Olivia was not a terminal patient and was shocked when he heard that Turner withdrew all medical care and that Olivia passed away. And that's in the affidavit. Dr. Kristen Park said Olivia showed no signs of having seizures. The doctor told investigators that she advised Turner several times to stop giving Olivia an anti-seizure medication that came with several severe side effects. Doctor's suspicions heightened when the mother brought her older daughter in for a checkup in 2018 and claimed the girl had bone pain. After the oldest daughter, 11 at the time, was removed from the mother's care, she stopped having pain. Olivia's body was exhumed in 2018. An autopsy was performed by a forensic pathologist, and it found no physical evidence of illness. And, hold on a minute, and the conditions that Turner claimed her daughter had. Turner was subsequently arrested and charged with first-degree murder. She was initially charged with first-degree murder, but a plea agreement allowed the mother to agree to a 16-year prison sentence for child abuse. She'll serve the sentence at the same time as a 10-year sentence for theft and another 3 years for additional theft conviction. The judge still has the option to reject the plea deal. That does not mean I will not impose it, Judge Herron said. For any number of reasons, I understand how we ended up here, but it's difficult when we have the death of a young child. A death after what the court considers, from my review of the documents, after this child has been submitted to a lifetime of painful, frightening tests and surgical procedures, ultimately resulting in this child's death. It is unthinkable, and from this court's perspective generally, would be met with the harshest of sentences. So the mother is scheduled to return to court on February 9th for sentencing. Terrible. I don't understand. And then what I don't understand, they make their whole lives, they revolve around the attention, either, along with writing about their child's illnesses, going to the hospital, going around places, and then they just are ready, just to cause that child's death, in other words, and then not have that, and not have that attention that they so crave in such a horrible way that they're willing to sacrifice their child. But that ultimate sacrifice of the child, while it may create, a momentary flood of sympathy and everything else, but it's all going to die out. That now that child is not there, they can't go back and forth to the hospital. So you wonder why they choose to then cut that off rather than keep that going. And neither one is a good choice. But I'm saying, with their mental illness that causes them to do this stuff, like what are they thinking? What are they thinking, right? Let's see what you guys say. These deals are BS. They are Bergstrong. Amy Margolin said, I've been a pediatric RN case manager, and this should have been stopped. I don't believe that they ever think their child is going to die. What about when they refuse her nutrition and medication and say, do not resuscitate and put her in hospice care? How could they not think she's going to die, Lisa D? Hey, K-Bay. Hi, Lucy J. Just a sad, sad situation. In Gypsy Rose's case, the mother died because the daughter hooked up with that guy and, had the mother killed. But is it interesting, JD? Well, is it not true? When their child dies, they're not going to be going to the hospital anymore. They're not going to be having surgeries anymore. They're not going to be, parading their child up and down like this with a wheelchair and all this medical equipment, right? And if they built their life around it, 7 years, and that's what they've done, and that's the attention, and they've because they crave that attention, they've done this heinous stuff to their child, okay? and then it's gone. Then it's gone. Hey, Eaters Girl. Hi, Kevin Leonard. So I just wonder then, is it that they can't do it anymore? Do they have any... What do they do then for the attention, right? And is it because they have some type of, it's not that, how could they have some type of remorse when they denied her nutrition and medication, making her death probably very, very painful, very, horrendous. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not like they have like a change of because they would try to get her well if they had a change of heart, You worked for the Downs girl. She was murdered by SA right under our noses. Hey, Jackie Blue. It's terrible. It's terrible. All right, let me go back and see what else we have. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to make sure that Lucy is not... What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not bothering Rocky, are you? Huh? You go over there and leave Rocky alone. Where's your hoofs? Go get one of your hoofs, Lucy. Go on. Get a hoof. Where's your hoof? Huh? Where's your hoof? Don't be bothering Rocky. Rocky's sleeping. Down. No. Get down. 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 Good dog. Okay. Yes, Desi, you're a good baby. You are a good baby. Says a little baby. You're such a good baby. Okay. Where were we? And this is so crazy about this other little girl. I mean, I don't understand. I really don't understand why Texas EquiSearch is not searching for her. FBI dive team searches waterways for missing Lina Kill. Father seen praying near the site, believing 3-year-old daughter is dead. An FBI team joined the search for the missing 3-year-old who's been missing for over 2 weeks. Lina disappeared while on a playground at her San Antonio, Texas apartment complex. Lina's mother said that she briefly left and returned to find the girl missing just after 5 p.m. on December 20th. After searching for her for about 2 hours, they reported her missing. In press statements, San Antonio police have acknowledged that they have few leads in the little girl's mysterious disappearance, said they have ruled nothing out, including foul play. The FBI had previously joined the investigation on Tuesday. What are you doing, Luce? Oh, now, hold on. Now she's got... Okay. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God, Lucy, you cannot play with that. Hold on a minute. Hold on. She got a plastic container, and she's going to town with her. Give me that. You have all those toys. You guys. Come on now. No, Lucy, give that to me. Lucy. You have all the toys. Go play with your toys. Go play with your toys, Lucy. Lucy, down. Lucy. Come on, get down. Thank you. Go play with your toys. Go play with your toys, Lucy. Jimmy went to get his truck registered, so okay. Let's see here. All right. Including foul play, the FBI previously joined the investigation. On Tuesday, an FBI dive team searched a creek about 2 miles from the 300-unit apartment complex. There's no indication the dive teams found any evidence of the missing girl. William McManus, who's the San Antonio police chief, said at a briefing that investigators were following up on a lead, but indicated it may not have been a particularly strong lead. I wish I could be more uplifting. I know this looks like we're really onto something, but all we're really doing here is following up, McManus said. Lina's family migrated to the U.S. from Afghanistan in 2019. Her father, Riaz Sardar Kahil, reportedly said that the family left Afghanistan due to threats that were posed to them. And Lina's family speaks a rare Afghan dialect and has been communicating with investigators, cooperating but through interpreters. Let's see. And the father was seen praying near the site of the water search on Tuesday. Through an interpreter, he said that he had believed his daughter was found dead and did not know that the FBI was involved in the search. It is not clear whether the father believed her body was found in the water. Authorities have not said if the water search is complete or if it was expected to continue today. Anyone with information is urged to call the San Antonio Police Missing Persons 210-207-7660. And there is a, let's see, reward money for tips or a suspect amounts to $150,000 right now. That's unfortunately doesn't seem that that's going to end well either, right? 3-year-old on her own for, over 2 weeks. Let's see if we have anything else. Again, I'm watching that trial, so I'll update on that tonight. But yeah, he killed his parents, 23 years old, cut their heads off, burned them in the fireplace in the house. Pretty gruesome stuff going on, allegedly. And that's about that. And then if you're just joining us and you're wondering about the Gabby Petito case update, I'll just run down that. The parents, the Laundrie parents, Brian Laundrie's parents, okay, Roberta and Chris Laundrie are trying to get the notebook back from the FBI. We don't know what's in the notebook. We just know that his notebook was found nearby his remains. They took it and they were trying to dry it out. Now the family wants it back, which is very interesting because, like I said, normally, especially with an ongoing investigation, they have said this is an ongoing investigation. They haven't linked Brian to Gabby's homicide, nor have they linked anyone else to her homicide. So it is still an open investigation, and how would they think they would get a piece of evidence like that back, to even think that kind of to be entitled. Their house is not for sale. There's been several rumors that the house is for sale. It's not for sale. It's not for sale by owner. That's been confirmed through neighbors. They are still living there. The neighbors are mostly ignoring them. And what else? And then Nicole Schmidt, Gabby's mother, is trying very hard to get Gabby's belongings, the majority of which are still in the Laundrie house. And so that's really unbelievable that they have not been able to do that yet, to get that resolved. Just crazy. And then the family, Brian and Roberta Laundrie, would like Brian's, what they say is Brian's $20,000 that he had saved, I guess, in some bank somewhere. But as Ellen mentioned, if that was truly his money, okay, and it was clear that it was his money and he is deceased, a death certificate at the bank should release that to his next of kin, which would be his parents. That hasn't been done likely means that it's frozen due to the charges that he had, that he used Gabby's card and removed money from an account that wasn't his. Makes it sound either that account may not only be in his name and whose money's who. So, but they're trying to get their hands on that $20,000. Just nuts. Can we go back here to this? Hi, Taylor. So yeah, we've got all that, and I would want it back to see if it, yeah, I mean, Viola, anybody would want to see that. I'm sure Gabby's family would like to see it as well. I think the FBI would be able to speak to the families and let them know what they found in it, but to actually give the book back at this point doesn't seem to be realistic. But to let them know or see copies of what's in the notebook, but for both families, you know. You're late to the party. Did they ever release the notebook content? No, not yet. No, they didn't. Not to the public, you know. I don't know what the parents have been told on both sides. But Bertolino, the family's lawyer, did confirm that the family is trying to get that notebook as well as the $20,000, as they say Brian died without a will. But again, if that money was clearly his account and didn't have any holds or anything on it, a death certificate would be all the parents would need. But so there's more to it. It's likely that those assets were frozen because of the charges for using Abby's card, or that account is in Abby's name as well. Gabby's name, I'm sorry. Why am I saying Abby? Gabby's name. So we'll have to see what this is all ongoing, and we'll see what's going on. Anybody else? And is anybody watching that Chandler trial? I'm watching it on Court TV, as I said, but I believe it is also on the Law and Crime. Very, very disturbing case. Suppose there's evidence of connection between. There's a lot of conspiracy about that. Yes, the one did work and could have been at that Moonflower Cafe, but police have said that there was no connection to Brian and that murder. There's a lot of conspiracy on YouTube, Casey, but unless we hear something concrete from the FBI, we don't go there. That's the name, thank you. That's the name, thank you. You haven't seen that case? Yeah, the trial started yesterday, and I've been watching it on Court TV today. I've got to go finish watching it, but I wanted to, we had discussed this, and it was in a live, and since we covered the case, I wanted to put it in its own video. Let all the parents see it at the same time and then make it public. We don't want to know what's going on in his mind. Yeah. But anyway, I'll be back later. I don't know. I have to bake some gingerbread. I might do that. I don't even know what. I'm going to finish watching this trial. And then I might be back on earlier and then back later tonight. We'll see what's going on. All right. Lucy's going insane. Ethan? Ethan, what is Lucy doing? I know, she's going nuts. Let's see if she wants to run outside. She is going crazy, Cakes. Oh my gosh. She is such a ball of fire. Because Desi's like cool now, and Desi's 2 now, so he's chill. He's like really chill, and Lucy's not even a year old, so she's like Looney Tunes, stayed still. And she loves to sit on anything high, like a stool or the deck boxes, and she'll put her stuff up on the deck boxes, and she knows like Desi won't go up there. She's a character of a dog. But anyway, I will see you guys. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca, is everything good with all of your stuff? Did you need to connect with anyone? Lisa, did you finally connect with Barbara? Hi, Robin Lane. How are you? Let's see. Why would they want the notebook? Did they add to it? No, I'm sure they just want to see what his state of mind was. I don't know, you know. If it turns out Gabby's notebook for her blogging journey, it will look very badly for the parents working so hard for it. Of course. And we also don't know what kind of things they found on those hard drives and the stuff in the van and the stuff the FBI took. There's much more to come out. Seems like it's gonna trickle out slowly. But I will see you guys later. And everybody have a good day. Jimmy is registering the truck now. So, all right. And I will talk to you guys later. Hi, Rosemary. Everybody have a good day. Stay safe, and we'll talk later. All right. Thanks for watching. You bought a light wax melt for Christmas. It smells different. One of them is gingerbread. The whole house smells of gingerbread. Yeah. Ethan especially loves gingerbread. I love gingerbread too, and not because I was sick. You know, I lost all that baking time, and I still have that I want to do it. So, hey, Shelly Ellis. Okay. Kevin Leonard. Thank you guys. Thank you to the moderators. Thanks everybody, and I'll talk to you. Hi, Smee. Talk to you later. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.